Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another episode of Flyer Radio. We're here to talk about all things the world of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, things alike. And as you can see, I'm your host today, your main host today, Aiden. I don't have Big Perk with me no more. But what I do have with me today, since Raul is not here, he's moving back to Texas from Chicago. He's leaving through the forbidden door. That he got caught on the other side of it.
Yeah,
They didn't ask him. They didn't book him. They asked him not to show up. So instead, we got we got big match.
We can have that on our card.
Yeah, with that loser streak, man, we got big match Jabril here showing up right around. We got the big two of the big four pay-per-views right around the corner. So this man said, I got to show up. So Jabril, man, it's nice to have you on as my guest host today. How you doing, man?
Good to see you, Aiden, man. I'm chilling. Big things coming. Can't talk about it right now, but man, things crazy right now. But
hey,
I had to come on, bro. This forbidden door shit is nuts. I saw that.
Yeah,
man. You got Big Perk. Only person I wanted to take the belt off was you, bro. Let's be real. I was like, yo, I wanted it off of Aiden. I wanted to be the one to take it off, but it's all right. Maybe we'll see what happens at Money in the Bank.
Man.
But regardless, happy to be here. Happy to be here with y'all. And ready to talk about wrestling.
Yeah, man, we're glad to have you here, man. Listen, I overextended myself, played with that damn COVID. I put too much trust in Ezekiel. I ain't never finna trust Ezekiel again. Ezekiel's dead to me. It's Team Elias only. But you know what? Keeping in the realm of High Fly Radio Championship, I want to kind of go ahead and get this shit out the way, so that way we can just kind of move into all the real podcast stuff later. But as you guys know, Money in the Bank, it's around the corner, and inside this mug that I got from Dallas Comic-Con in 2016, the same day I met Stan Lee, big flex. Inside this mug, there's 7 names. These 7 names, each one of them is going to earn a place. Their place is going to be selected as I pull their name out in the order that I pull their name out. That's the order that they're going to go into what we've dubbed the Lunch Money in the Bank name draw. The winner of the Lunch Money in the Bank will be determined at Money in the Bank. The winner of the Lunch Money in the Bank, the briefcase, is going to be determined by the second Money in the Bank ladder match. So those are the rules. You're gonna figure out who your wrestler is on the pay-per-view during the pre-show. So we'll get all that out of the way for now. For now, it's just the contestants. But the winner of the Lunch Money in the Bank briefcase is going to have the opportunity to, any time that they want, as long as the champion is on that pay-per-view stream and they pull up before the main event match. You have to be there before the main event match. You don't even have to be there for the whole show. You could literally be like, yo, Raul, Aiden, give me that StreamYard link. I'm coming. I'm cashing in. I'm coming to cash in. That person will have the ability to override anything that the champ wants at that moment. Whoever has the cash in opportunity, you come in, say it's SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, the big match. The champ, he's on his path to defend. If you want to cash in, you can come in and say, yo, I got Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns wins, then you're the new champ. So 7 names, man. Let's go ahead and draw them at random. You guys can see I'm looking away. No biasy into this. Try to go ahead and unravel them a lot faster than I've done in the past. And coming in, oh wow, look at this. It's backwards.
Oh, shit. Straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate. Big loser. Right off the bat. The commissioner himself, Raul. I mean, looking for him. That's the one thing that I wanted to say. Yeah. Whenever we got to number 1, there's only 7 names in here, but there's 8 people in each one of the Money in the Bank ladder matches. So whoever has that number 1 position, you've got double the chance to win, because you're gonna get more wrestlers on your side than anyone else. So Raul, good luck to you, my brother. Coming in at number 2. Who do we got here? I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Keon.
Oh, that's Keon.
Coming off of one of the worst losses I've ever seen in this great sport that we invented this year. Kylie cooked his shit. I think it ended 11-0. So my brother, you might need this briefcase. Coming in at number 3.
Yeah. Godspeed, Keon.
I was told by corporate we got a newcomer coming into the league. This is a big question mark. Tune into Money in the Bank. Coming in at number 4. Look at Jabril's face. Jabril's selling the shit out of this. He's selling y'all a ticket.
I don't know about
y'all
that
show up.
mark, bro.
I don't know who that is. All right, number 4 position. It's gonna be the loser of Brad versus Kylie this weekend. So whichever one of them loses, you're gonna be entered in at number 4. Number 5. Let's see who this is. Man, this one's tricky. That's why you don't do this with Post-it notes, man. They got all that damn glue on them and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, brother. I know y'all know who that is.
Oh, that man in there. He in there.
I'm in there, man. Hey, I'm looking for redemption, man. I'm looking for redemption, man. All right, and number 6. Corporate. The side of corporate has decided that Queen Weave, the Share Club Pod host, will be involved in this mix. I'm assuming that Michelle's only interested because the belt's purple, which means that number 7, coming all the way in at last, is gonna be B-Mac, who was on one of our guests this past week, or not this past week, but the week before last on Flyer Radio. If y'all want to get a little introduction into B-Mac and who B-Mac is, definitely go check out that episode. But there you have it, guys. That's the Lunch Money in the Bank name draw. Everything will be decided during Money in the Bank. We'll see what wrestlers everyone's going to get, but that's going to be the order. So good luck to everybody who's in it. Good luck to myself. Jabril, you may have noticed that your name was not in the Lunch Money in the Bank name draw. Corporate has decided to give you an opportunity, though, at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. You know, we currently don't have a match on the card. We need a match on the card. You are the number 2 ranked contender. In order for you to be able to get another shot at Big Perp, Jabril, we're going to let you decide who you want your opponent to be. Now, you don't have to tell us right now. You don't have to. You might want to tell us in 48 hours on the Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
Okay.
Who you want your opponent to be. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and let you know now that you will be on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It's one of the big 4. You know, you're in the budget. You're included for the pay-per-view.
Okay.
You know, we got to have you there. So, you know, take the time to think. You're gonna have a whole week to think about who you want your opponent to be, man. So, you know, I'll let you simmer on that.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate that. Hey, as long as I'm on the card, it don't matter who it is, but I'm gonna see who I wanna dance with. Who's gonna be my dance partner? We'll see.
Yeah, correction, 13-0. My apologies, but that was a smoke show between Kylie. That was
I cooked. God damn.
Yeah, that was cooked, my brother. But speaking of something else getting cooked, what the fuck is going on in WWE, man? And we're gonna go ahead and hop right into this shit. I didn't get the chance to talk about this last week, man. And as soon as I'm done reading off all this, I'm gonna pass it over to you because I'm curious to what you think, man. But we've got this situation, right, where we found out last Friday, that WWE and specifically Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis were under investigation from people within WWE because there was a hush money payment that was made, $3 million that came from, I believe it came from the company's money, or I think that's probably part of like the investigation, like if it was with the company's money or if it was from Vince's private money. But, you know, it all comes down to basically there just being sexual misconduct going on in the workplace, which is something that unfortunately, you know, seems to be like the regular thing these days, you know, or really always has been. Just, you know, more people are willing to talk about it these days. With, you know, there's all these details about John Laurinaitis and Vince McMahon passing whoever this woman is around like a sex toy in the office. She came in, was getting like $100,000 a year, and then within just a handful of months was getting bumped up to like $200,000 a year. So, you know, that's kind of really what raised people's eyebrows. And, you know, it's really messy whenever you've got, you know, a situation like this where someone's coming in and maybe because, you know, we don't really know the details of it, but, you know, someone's obviously this is a very strange relationship to have in the workplace. And, you know, it's really interesting whenever you're justifying giving people $100,000 raises at the same time that you're cutting people every couple of months and you're considering them budget cuts. But that's a different conversation. But it's just the audacity for Vince McMahon to be coming on to not only SmackDown but Monday Night Raw and like walking out here and just giving like a victory tour, like he's Donald Trump, basically saying like, you know, like stop the steal, man. Like it's weird as fuck, dude. Like, you know, John Laurinaitis, they're reporting that he's out of there. You know, Vince McMahon stepped down from CEO position. He still had a creative. They passed it over to Stephanie McMahon to be the interim CEO. Man, this is all messy as fuck, dude. What do you know, I know you've been sitting back and watching this happen on Twitter, man. Like, what are your thoughts with like this whole Vince McMahon situation?
It's like surprising, but not surprising. I guess like I wouldn't be surprised if this was like Attitude Era stuff, but like the fact that it's 2022 and like this is like a prime topic, I'm like, damn, like this is crazy. And I think what like makes me more surprised is how he said homie's like on Friday Night SmackDown, bro, coming out, strutting to the stage like nothing even happened, like he ain't got this case, like he already beat it or something, and like he's doing a celebration tour. I'm like, yo, what? The topic of discussion is a woman being passed around like a sex toy and $3 million in hush money. That's not a small amount. And you just feel like not that you should like sit back, chill, let things work out, negative or positive for him. But you're like, nah, I'm a strut. This don't affect me. I don't care. I don't care about the news. I own this place. I'm never going nowhere. It's not a good look. Like,
nah, it's not.
A good look at. And like the fact that you have to step down and give it to Stephanie is already like, in my opinion, like a bad sign that something's not all the way right there. And
nah, man, something's never been right with Vincent Kennedy McMahon, man. Nah. Like this whole situation, like it's like it's the definition of insanity. You know what I mean? Like it's like the degree. I gotta go back and just say that like I just think it's weird that like even Fox hasn't, like Fox nor USA decided to like step in and say, hey, maybe this isn't the best thing to do right now, but at the same time it's probably like do Fox and do USA like actually give a shit? You know what I mean?
Right.
But on top of that, it's just like, what type of a message does this send to like the people in the locker room? What type of message does it send to like the people in like the office? You know what I mean? Like there's got to be people, you know, like people that were watching on TV regularly who were like uncomfortable with this. You know what I mean? Like, and it couldn't come at the worst time with like all the Sasha Banks and Naomi stuff going on. You know what I mean? And the stock's already generally low. You know, you've got Brock Lesnar coming back in for another match because you got Randy Orton's injured. You know, and you know he's gonna have surgery soon, and you've got all the I don't know. It just it's a very strange time in WWE and in professional wrestling in general. The only thing I have to say about this is like
also taking a break too. Or
Roman's kind of away right now too, so it's like, man, what are we doing? You know, John Cena's coming in this week on Raw. You know what I mean? My first thought, you know, one of my first thoughts was kind of like, does this mean that John's not going to come back? Because like, if I was John and I saw this in the news, I'd be like, hey, buddy, that Peacemaker money is looking a little bit better than this right now. I don't know if I need this.
Like it's kind of concerning. Even like I'm sure Vince was like, "Oh, Brock, come back too," and it's like even when all the news came out about Vince and this whole case, and then they promoted like Vince is going to come speak tonight, and I'm like, wait, why is this on WWE Instagram?
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all?
I was like, unless he's going out there to like announce that he's leaving the company entirely, I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I thought he was literally gonna walk out there and be like, "Yo, I'm out." You know, I'm passing it on to the kids. Stephanie, I know you literally like, didn't she literally get fired like 2 weeks before this happened too? And then you're back as the owner of the company. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, this screams to me like there's like layers and layers and layers to this that like we just don't know about. I don't know, man. Like, and now there's all this stuff about like other private law firms looking to do investigations, like looking into like what's going on with WWE. You know, Bruce Pritchard is now being put into like John Laurinaitis' role, which sucks because Bruce Pritchard's already talked about how like he doesn't even like doing talent relations. Don't put people in talent relations that don't want to be in talent relations. It's not going to go well. You know what I mean? So I feel bad for all the people behind the scenes who are involved, who are on the wrong side of it. You know what I mean? And I feel bad for a lot of the talent. It's a shitty situation, but you know, I guess there's some silver linings to every situation. What's up?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, like, even watching Raw felt weird, bro. Or in SmackDown, like, it was hard to even like not think of like I'm seeing these people perform, put their bodies on the line. I just couldn't even like. I'm like, what are they like? They have to be affected by all this, man. Like, that's your boss, bro.
Yeah.
And y'all all hearing this, they're a lot closer than us. Like, how can you even like not think of that?
It's like, bro, it's supposed to be Matt Riddle's like big night tonight. You know, he's got this huge match against Roman Reigns that's getting built up, and like the first thing that happens is Vince McMahon walks out, you know, on the cusp of a, you know, this investigation that pertains to sexual misconduct, and he's walking out here saying, "Then now forever." Like, brother, I know what the WWE slogan is. If you play it for every goddamn show, like, come on, man.
Like,
you don't need to be out here, man.
I get that shit, but like, this is a sexual like misconduct, and you just acting like ain't no big deal. Like, and it kind of just goes to show like the type of character Vince is. Man, honestly, like if Steph could be on full time Raw, I would prefer that because Vince, man, I don't know about that dude.
Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna move towards like the two Khans of wrestling, where it's like we got Tony Khan over here, and now it's like officially Nick Khan over here, and it's just like the two, you know, you've got professional wrestling and you've got sports entertainment, man. It's funny how things are shaking out, but you know, I guess on the other side of this too, you know, you've got Triple H walking around at the Performance Center, and they're saying Jabril, man, they're saying Triple H is back, dog. Like, he's literally walking around the Performance Center. No, bro, just imagine you're sitting down, just got done running the ropes. You know, you're feeling defeated. You're like, fuck, man, I gotta be on NXT 2.0 tomorrow. They're gonna put me in a fucking like Condiment King outfit. I'm gonna get lariated 3 times, and I'm gonna get buried. And then you just see Triple H walk in with the water bottle. He spits it up in the air, and he just says, "I'm back." And the black and gold creeps in, and all the spray paint just washes away.
Better color, yeah, bro.
I want Tommaso Ciampa like to get off of Raw and like come back to NXT and just like bury everything that they've been doing that sucks. Only the things that suck, because Carmelo can stay, like that's cool. Yeah. Like Cora Jade, she's valid. Like there's a couple things going on that it's like, no, I want to keep that. Braun Breaker, that's the homie, man. Like, you know, he needs to be, you know, move him up to main roster, but that's a different story. But just like your reaction, man, to hearing that NXT might be back, Triple H might be back. Like, how you feeling, man?
Bro, I saw it on Instagram and I was in disbelief. I thought it was like somebody trying to like troll. I was like, they're just talking about Triple H came back. When I saw like it was like he was in Performance Center, I was like, oh, bro, like this is it. Like Steph taking over, Vince out for a minute, Triple H back. Oh, bro, like NXT will go back to what it used to be. Hopefully, like keep some. There's a lot of talent on NXT. I'm not saying that, but like all that splattered ass pain and some of the other.
Just the way it's structured, man. Like it doesn't hit the same, man.
No, not at all. Like I used to watch NXT and be like, damn, bro, these people are like going nuts, and like the wrestlers was like insane, and it was a vibe to it, bro. That was like nothing else I've seen, and now I don't even pay attention to it, bro. There's a reason why I can't talk about that. My girl would kill me. But man, Triple H being back means a lot, because like the moment he left, you saw like everything changed. Everything changed. NXT 2.0 was just like, even when like Far left, like it was NXT 2.0, they had the colors and stuff, but there was at least like some elements there. Ciampa was still there and a couple other people, but like once Triple H left, bro, I was like, yeah, no, this ain't it. this ain't it at all. So, man, Triple H being there is a blessing. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, man. I echo everything that you just said, man. Like, I hope that we go back to those takeovers, man. Like, no more of these like standard, bro. I don't want any more of these like weird NXT events, man. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, you know, Mandy Rose doesn't need to be the women's champ anymore, dog. Like, we're past that. Put it, you know, elevate some talent. Like, get my man Triple H back in there, and like, you know, like Black and Gold NXT wasn't perfect, but it was damn near it. You know what I mean? Like, it was like that was like, if that was what the future of WWE would be in Triple H's hands, man, like, please, like, if there's anything coming out of like all the Vince McMahon madness, I really hope it's that, like, we give Paul, we give Trips that leeway again in the creative department, in the booking, you know what I mean, to be able to like say, hey man, like, I might need you to help out with some of the main roster shit, because I gotta be over here dealing with like all this legal stuff right now. Like, I would love to see, man, give Triple H Raw. Like, why, Vince? What do you do? Why do you need Raw, man? Like, what are you doing on Raw, bro? I mean, like, the women's division's great, but bro, quit pushing Almost, bro. Why is Theory like you're trying to make Theory a top guy? It doesn't make sense. Like, Vince, like, can Seth Rollins stop laughing? I'm tired of Seth Rollins laughing. Like, I'm bro. I want to see certain changes made, man. And Triple H is the guy who can do that, bro.
Like,
bro, the Seth Rollins thing, man. Stop laughing, bro. Stop fucking laughing.
I'm tired of it, bro. Like, he laughs for every little, like.
Seth Rollins, like, genuinely top 10 wrestler in the world, but stop fucking laughing, bro. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't think no one like loves that shit, but I feel like Vince is just like, nah, keep doing it, bro. The fans love it. This is it. This is what the fans love. Like, nah, bro. Like, it's weird. I don't get nothing from it. It's just weird, man. It's not it.
Speaking of weird,
Triple H on Raw, man. Fire.
Yeah, fire. Bangers on bangers, man. It'll take me back to like when Heyman was doing Raw, and it was like we were getting like Buddy Matthews or Buddy Murphy and like Raw, bro. The beginning of the pandemic with Raw was kind of hitting, man. Everything went out the window. But speaking of everything going out the window, sounds like Sasha Banks, Mercedes Varnado. I think that's how you say her last name. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But Mercedes, you know, we're entering the cups of Mercedes. You know, seems as though it's not confirmed by anyone, but it seems as though she's officially been released from WWE. I don't know. I can't confirm if this is like, you know, she's got a 90-day non-compete or a 60-day non-compete, or if there is a non-compete, or even if she is genuinely released from the company, man. But like, my kind of question is like, do you see Sasha Banks as someone now who's going to be, is she going to be moving on to like Hollywood, or is she going to AEW? You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's people kind of like who have arguments on both sides, but I just kind of curious, like, what would you want to see for Sasha Banks moving forward? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm torn because I feel like those are the only two options. I don't really see her going back to WWE. I think the only way she would go to WWE is if Vince steps down and like either Steph or Triple H come in. Then I feel like there's a possibility. But like, she already started effing Mandalorian. Sure, like, she can definitely go anywhere she wants, you know. But at the same time, she goes to AEW, bro. Like, I know there's been like some rockiness when it came to the women division with Sasha there. Oh my god, bro!
It's over.
Like,
it's over.
It's a wrap.
Bro.
Like, it's
Sasha Banks versus Jade Cargill at All Out, main event the show. It's over.
It's main event the show. Facts, straight facts, bro. They
main event the show. Like, literally main event the damn show.
I would buy that, bro. Like,
yeah,
for me,
that's all they have to say. All Out, live from Chicago, Illinois. Mercedes Varnado versus Jade Cargill, AEW TBS title and AEW Women's World title.
God.
Bro, Tony Khan, man, we're putting the money on the table for you, brother. Pick it up. Pick up the phone, TK. Pick up the phone, bro.
if WWE is letting her go, bro, one of their worst mistakes they ever made. And for me, I feel like it's gonna head towards the downfall of WWE, especially the women's division. Like they have a strong women's division, but like part of that reason was Sasha. It was Sasha, Becky, Bailey, Charlotte, I guess. I got my own.
Man, where the fuck is Bailey?
Where is? Man, that's a good question. I haven't heard about Bailey in a minute.
I literally tweeted today. I was like, are we gonna get Bailey versus Becky at Money in the Bank? I feel like that's what we're doing. Because I think
just like
there's nothing for Becky to do right now on Raw.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with Raw like a little bit on the build to Money in the Bank, just because I always get curious about around Money in the Bank time, because it's one of my favorite pay-per-views. But it's just like there's nothing for Becky to do right now, and Bailey's been gone for a long fucking time. So I wonder if they're gonna do something with that. But yeah, man, for sure. Like Sasha Banks, like most fumbled bag probably in WWE history. Honestly, like the fact that like they never pushed this woman to the degree that they did. Like if you even like gave Sasha half as much as they did Charlotte, you know what I mean? Like this company would be in a different position. Like this company would be making more millions and millions of dollars than it already is now. You know what I mean? Like Tony Khan, if he's not considering calling Sasha Banks, he's a fucking idiot, because I'm dying to see like what Sasha Banks can do out there in a ring that isn't a match produced by WWE guys, you know, being produced in a WWE fashion. And it's not a knock on those matches, because her match with Bianca, you know, 2 years ago at WrestleMania, I mean, it's one of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever seen. Like Sasha Banks puts on fucking bangers all the time, and like she's got matches in like my top 50 matches of all time, multiple. So like Sasha Banks can fucking put on, bro. It don't matter where she goes. But like, and I genuinely believe that Sasha Banks is the greatest American woman professional wrestler of all time. There's nothing to me that you can say to convince me otherwise, because like you can say all you want about her frog splash, bro, but like everything else that she does, man, like she's fucking incredible, dude. Like you throw her in there with anybody, and she'll put it on, man. Like Tony Khan, bro, you need to hit up the phone, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Bring her line, man. As soon as like it's legal to like be in contact with her, just ring her. Cause like another thing I'm like so curious to see is like how she is in AEW. Cause like pretty much everybody has shifted from WWE to AEW, have brought like something new, and I feel like have been more genuine themselves. And like I'm sure she's like partially genuine WWE, but we all know like WWE kind of like puts you in this certain character. So like to see her true self on AEW, man, like I would love to see that. Like just raw Sasha. Man.
Yeah, Sasha with like no scripted promo, because to me like one of the things that it always felt like she might have struggled with was some of that scripted direction. Because to me, Sasha just seems like the kind of girl that she can just be like, yo, this is where we're trying to go. Like, can you go out there and like just go out there and like get the story in that direction? And I feel like she'll deliver it. But like, you know, there's matches to be had with Sasha over in AEW. Like Sasha versus Jamie Hayter, Sasha versus Toni Storm, man. Like Sasha versus Thunder Rosa, Sasha versus Britt Baker, like Sasha versus Jade. We already said it. Sasha versus Chris Statlander, like Sasha versus Serena Deeb. Like there's all types of matches to be had over in AEW, man. But it's just like Tony Khan needs to pick up the phone, and he needs to get his head out of his ass and actually put some fucking time into this women's division, man. Because I'm tired of like, I'm tired of the women's division being like beat Marina Shafir this week. Like that shit's fucking tiresome, dude. Like like Marina Shafir, God bless her. That's a whole other story. I just don't know if she's ready for TV yet. But like that's my problem with a lot of the women's division stuff, is the fact that like they aren't putting enough time into these women to get them ready for TV. You know what I mean? And it's not a knock on the talent as it is. It's a knock on the way the AEW goes about these women. You know what I mean? And doesn't allow them to be able to take themselves to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Like when's the last time you saw Ty Conti have a match on TV? You know, when's the last time? You know, it's just like. It's just all types of shit like this, man.
She's been in that whole at Sammy's side thing for a hot minute. It finally
Yeah.
ended, thank God. Like, she had no matches during that time.
And it's just like, we've got 2 hours of TV time every week, at least on Dynamite, man. It's just like, I would like AEW and I this is something I haven't really talked about as much on the air, but like since we're here, I'm kind of like, let's just have that conversation. And shit really hasn't been hitting since like last November, man. Like, it's been good, you know what I mean? And like on paper, it's like, yeah, these are good matches, and like I'm watching good matches, but like they're lacking so much heat because I don't think AEW has done a good job at telling stories that have a solid through line. You know what I mean? Where it's like like that Julia Hart shit started in like January and didn't get paid off until like May. And there was like a weird and it wasn't like every week the House of Black was on TV, because they weren't. It was like every other week will kind of like the House of Black will show up, but it has nothing to do with Julia. You just kind of got to remember, like, I kind of want to go back to like the pandemic era AEW shit, where it was like the start of the show started something and it paid off at the end of the show. You know what I mean? Like, have like, and I was really hoping that when like CM Punk became world champ, like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the way that like Raw does it, where like, yo, we start off the show, here's a promo basically telling you what happened last week, or like this, at the start of this promo, this is going to lead into something in the main event. Like, we should be doing more shit like that. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. I feel like AEW is like, it's a territory that really focuses a lot on the matches, but it's just like, I feel like the stories are really lacking, which sucks because like we've seen some of the best stories in wrestling in AEW. So it's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get
even
that too.
Even the Wardlow thing.
Did it pay off, the Wardlow thing? Because I can't remember.
Man, it sucks because it's like they built up Wardlow to be this amazing star, and then they literally had MJF go out there and cut one of the greatest promos of all time doing the pipe bomb the same week, and it took all of Wardlow's heat. And now we're waiting on Scorpio Sky to be done with his injury for Wardlow to even get the TNT title. And I didn't talk about it last week, but on Dynamite last week, that segment with Wardlow versus the 20 guys, that was fucking awful. That was dog shit. Like, that was like, he was pinning people that were on their bellies. Like, it broke every last step of logic that there is in professional wrestling. That segment broke. Matt Hughes looked like he was on a fucking perk. He had no idea how to get into that goddamn wrestling ring, and he looked like, I don't think Matt Hughes knew where he was. I think they lied to him. I think they told him Dana White was gonna be there. Like, it was fucking insane. Like, I just feel like there's such a lack of focus right now with everything going on in AEW, and genuinely, like, stop signing people. For the love of God, stop signing people, because you are not spotlighting them the way that they need to be. If you cannot spotlight these people the way that they need, and I'm like, get Adam Cole off my TV screen, man. Like, I need, like, if you're gonna sign people, push them for 6 months and get them out. You know, like, stop doing over 200-day like world title reigns if you're not gonna, like, you know, because a lot of these people are like towards that, like, yo, they're looking for their final run, or they're already in their heyday. You know what I mean? And it's like, we're either focusing too much on the pillars, or we're not focusing enough on the pillars, or we're focusing too much on the top guys, or, you know, there needs to be a balance, man. Like, that Ring of Honor TV deal, I think, is going to be a godsend to AEW whenever that thing comes around.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because, like you said, it's becoming a lot. Like, I don't think anyone else should be signed, because it's like, it's hard for me to even keep up. Like, I'm like, where's Andrade? What's he doing? Where's Keith Lee? Oh, he's with Swerve now. They're gonna be a tag team apparently. And where's FTR? Oh, well, they're doing that thing. Well, I know they're in that match with that Forbidden Door, but like, it's just a lot of factors now. And I'm like, what? Like, who did they sign last? Was it Amber?
Fuck, man, I don't even remember who the fuck did they sign last. Was it Swerve? I feel like it was Swerve who was the last dude.
Swerve? Yeah, I think.
See, we don't even fucking remember anymore, man. Or was it? Because I think Athena was like their last big sign.
Yeah, Athena was the last one.
See, this is the problem, dude.
Out of nowhere and then lost, and I was like, all right, cool, I guess. It was a weird match too. I feel like he wasn't prepared. I was like, all right, no worries. It's
Tony Storm came in and had a match with the Bunny.
Yep, that's right.
Cool.
That's right.
Like, I guess, like, it just, I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. There's so much that, there's just things that it's just like, I don't know if I have the answers to it. I don't know if Tony Khan has the answers to it, but there's just things that need to be changed. It's not like it's not like they're doing anything wrong sometimes. It's just like they aren't doing enough other things. So it's a weird balance, man. This is why we aren't bookers, you know. As much as I can sit here and criticize it, I'm not in there, you know, every day making decisions. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, be outside looking in, but I'm not going. I ain't got the answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have had the wherewithal to be able to book a cross-promotional pay-per-view while the craziest injury bug that I've ever seen hit professional wrestling is hitting professional wrestling right now. Like, as we jump over into Forbidden Door, but like the build to Forbidden Door has been cursed, man. Like, CM Punk out, no Kenny Omega, who like when you think about Forbidden Door, to me, like, and I think about New Japan and AEW, Kenny Omega is the number one guy that pops into my mind. I don't like if he's not the number one guy who pops in your mind, you're smoking fucking crack. You know what I mean? Like, Okada's not even in a singles match, which is lame as fuck. Tomohiro Ishii, Tomohiro Ishii was removed from the card because he's injured. Who else is injured? Bryan Danielson is injured. We're not getting any Bryan Danielson. Like, the whole reason Bryan Danielson went to AEW was because of he wanted a working relationship with New Japan as well, and now he can't even be there. CMLL, because of their politics with AAA and New Japan, the Lucha Bros can't be on the match card. Neither can Andrade. It was supposed to be Andrade versus Will Ospreay. Yeah, because AAA and New Japan can't play nice, they're like, oh well, then you can't have any Mexican wrestlers on the show, which is nuts to me because Andrade and the Lucha Bros aren't even contracted to them. Like, they're AEW's guys, so it doesn't make any sense to me why like they should even be able to have any say in that. But it's just like, man, when I look at this card, it doesn't really like. I'm gonna go ahead and read off the card from the top to bottom. So we've got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship with the champion Jay White, who won the belt last week, which is weird. You know, like on the build to this pay-per-view, we didn't even know who the IWGP World Champion was going to be. So we've got Jay White versus Hangman versus Okada versus Adam Cole in a four-way. We've got the interim World Championship with Jon Moxley versus Tanahashi. We've got the Women's World Championship with Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm, which is like, it's not even a cross-promotional match. It's just an AEW match. We've got the winner-take-all IWGP World Tag Team Championship and the ROH Tag Team Championship with FTR, United Empire, and Roppongi Vice. We've got the All-Atlantic Championship with Pac versus Miro versus Malachi versus Clark Connors because Ishii was injured. It's another four-way match. We've got the United States Championship match, IWGP, with Ospreay defending against Orange Cassidy. And we've got the Bullet Club, which this has got to be a fucking rib. The Young Bucks, El Fantasmo, and Hikuleo versus the Dudes with Attitudes, which is Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, Sting, and Darby Allin, which is the funniest shit in the world, the way that they announced this match. Sting and Darby Allin were backstage, probably like, they don't do drugs, but you know, man, you might as well have been with the fucking delivery. They literally were just like, Shingo and Hiromu, we're gonna be tagging with them. It's like, this is fucking Shingo like this is Shingo and Hiromu, like two of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, but whatever. We've got Zack Sabre Jr. versus whoever the new Blackpool Combat Club member is going to be.
Right.
And then we've got Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Suzuki, which is wild, versus Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta, and Eddie Kingston. And then on the buy-in, we have the Gun Club and Max Caster versus the New Japan Dojo. So I'm going to pass the mic over now. I don't know, man. When I just look at this card, it doesn't look anything like what I just when the promise of the Forbidden Door was laid out. None of this looks like what I wanted. You know, I don't know how you feel about it.
I remember I was on High Fly that day that I think me and Raul were talking about Forbidden Door, like potential matches we wanted to see. None of these are any of them. I'm gonna be real. None of these were any of the matches I was hoping to see. Like nowhere close, bro. I'm kind of
buddy. FTR versus
there.
Roppongi Vice. Get the fuck out of here. Who booked this? FTR versus Jeff Cobb and Great Okan versus Roppongi Vice.
Roppongi Vice, man.
It's just and like the fact that like the AEW Women's World Championship, we couldn't even fucking call anyone from Stardom. Like we couldn't even ask for Maki Ito. Where's Emi Sakura? Where's Lulu Pencil? Like, where are the Japanese women that you already have on your roster? Like, they already fucking work in Japan. Like, why don't you just ask someone who already works for your company to be on the card? Instead, it's Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm, which probably is going to be the first time ever that they're going to hotshot a belt onto Toni Storm because they fucked Thunder Rosa's world title reign. So, and I'm getting heated. Yeah, I need it. Like, I'm gonna like, I can feel myself getting upset because it's just like.
No, yeah.
The talent is so high, and it just feels sometimes like we're trying to protect everyone, so no one's gonna win. You know what I mean?
Like playing it safe, yeah. And it's like even the Bullet Club, I was like, all right, cool. Just like I get it, they're stinging every hour, there's still alliance, but I was like, we have to like just throw them in there for
it's like, it's like it's Bullet Club, but it's like it's lame because it's like when I think of the Bullet Club, I'm not thinking about Hikuleo and El Fantasma. Like, why isn't it why aren't the Good Brothers on this show? Like
the Good Brother. Thank you. Yes, like. Nowhere to be found.
Like literally the Impact World Champ. It's called the Forbidden Door. The Impact like World Tag Team Champion. Are they the Tag Team Champions? I don't fucking know. But put the fucking Good Brothers on the show. You know, like Carl Anderson just won the Neverweight Championship at Dominion like last week, dude. Like why aren't they on the show? Why like if you're gonna put anyone from Bullet Club in there, like Chris Bay should have been in this spot because I think Chris Bay is one of these guys who's just waiting to break through his glass ceiling. Like Chris Bay is going to set the professional wrestling world on fire whenever people start paying attention to him. This card is such a mystery. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki are on the same team? Why? Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay? And they weren't even going to book John Moxley versus Tanahashi. Like that wasn't even going to be the match. That wasn't even going to be the match. It was going to be CM Punk versus Tanahashi, which is cool. And at the same time, like that match kicks ass. But it's like John Moxley's been asking for Tanahashi for 3 years, and they weren't even going to give him the match. Honestly, man, this pay-per-view is going to be cool. It's going to be a good show. Wrestling's going to be awesome. Like, I'm happy about all that. But it's just like, damn, dude. This is what we fucking got? Clark Connors? I'm not going to get to see Miro and Ishii stare at each other anymore?
Oh, like, my God. Miro is not on this card, bro. I was like, somebody's
Y'all made Jabril get up out of his chair, man.
Oh, Miro's nowhere to
Come
be
on,
found.
dog. What y'all doing, man?
He barely gets screen time as is, and god damn.
Like AEW title match, who cares? They should have done something else. Yeah, the only match that looks amazing is the IWGP title. And that's the part that pisses me off too, is that like on paper, a fatal four-way between Jay White, Hangman, Okada, and Adam Cole, that's fucking awesome. But like there's another fatal four-way on this match. At the same time, there's another triple threat on this match. Like it's like I'm perplexed, man.
And Pac already faced oh no, he faced Buddy. But still, I thought it was gonna be like a tournament and then down to 2 for the All Atlantic Championship.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna. Yeah, the way that they did the All Atlantic Championship as a four-way to me is like it's a little strange. It just like Clark Connors is 1000% gonna eat the pin in that match. It's just like, all right, which one of these guys is gonna win? I don't know. Let's instead of shitting on the card, I guess since neither one of us are gonna have to predict this weekend, I'm gonna ask you from like to top to bottom. Let's go through and like see who we think is gonna win. I'm gonna start with the buy-in. Got the Gun Club and Max Caster versus the New Japan Dojo, which by the way, Alex Coughlin and Yuya, those two guys are fucking incredible. Like keep an eye on them. Like they're gonna be superstars in this industry. But the buy-in match, who do you got?
I think New Japan. I think New Japan's gonna get it with Dojo. I just don't see the Gun Club winning.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're gonna do with that. I think the Gun Club has been like specifically Max Caster and like Anthony Bowens are like incredible. Like the Acclaimed are like they're amazing, dude. Like I really want to see them get like a genuine like AEW World Tag Team title run one day because I think that they deserve it. So I really hope that happens whenever Bowens heals up. We've got. I'm just gonna call it the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie Kingston and his boys. Who do you got for that match?
Eddie Kingston and the boys. I want Eddie Kingston to win. I love him. Utah's cool. I like him. I'm not too familiar with him, but I think Eddie and the boys gonna win.
Yeah.
I really don't want Jericho.
I think
Sammy to win this one. I like Suzuki.
Yeah, man, I don't blame you, man. Fuck Sammy Guevara. Unfortunately, I think the Jericho Appreciation Society is gonna have to take the dub for that win, only because we're 1 week away from Blood and Guts, and I feel like the real win for Eddie Kingston and the gang has to come at Blood and Guts, So the visual of Eddie Kingston standing in the ring, just bloody as hell, standing over like all the Jericho Appreciation Society, like. I need that, especially because I need Eddie Kingston to be the AEW World Champion someday. But we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus the new not Bullet Club member, the Blackpool Combat Club member. So who do you think it's gonna be, and who do you think is gonna win?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think I've like.
Everyone online has completely worked me into thinking that it's going to be Claudio, aka Cesaro. Because,
my God. Oh, that's.
Yup. It makes so much sense, right? He's going to be, like Danielson said this past week, he said he's like one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Said he's going to take my place in this match, and he's going to take my place in Blood and Guts. And I don't think that there's anyone more perfect. Yeah, to take Danielson's place other than Claudio, especially because the fact that like in kayfabe or whatever, like because Eddie Kingston and Claudio used to be roommates and they hate each other. Like it makes so much sense to like bring him in for that Danielson position too, because Danielson and Kingston hate each other as well. So it's like I think that would be perfect. And I think that this is like the exact audience to debut him in front of. Because everybody at that show is gonna be a fucking mark. You know what I mean? Like everybody at that show is like us and is just a huge wrestling nerd and just wants to see cool shit and people slap each other really hard. So to see Zack Sabre Jr. and potentially Claudio go at it is gonna be dope. I'm gonna give it to the debut. I think the debut's got to win.
Yeah, hands down. Yeah, especially if it's Man, if it's that boy Tony, oh yeah, it's hell yeah.
Yeah.
Body up for sure.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
a scream.
Come on, TK, you got to come through.
For sure.
We say stop signing people, but it's like I don't like you don't even have to sign him. Literally bring him in for this match and like blood and guts, and that's it. Like you don't even have to have him in it. Like just to have him show out and wrestle in those two things, just to literally be like, "Fuck you, WWE, you never believed in me." Like that would be incredible.
I'd be grateful just for that, man. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Samoa Joe.
Actually,
they got his ass with that old Maverick with Satnam.
Boy, who?
They got Samoa Joe working with Satnam Singh, former Dallas Maverick center, which is wild. He took off his shirt the other day and wrestled, and he had like the biggest fucking basketball tattoo I'd ever seen. It popped me. Then we got Bullet Club versus the dudes with attitudes. I'm gonna go ahead and say the dudes with attitudes are gonna pick up the win, just because it's like, come on, bro, it's Sting. Come on, dog. Yeah. I want to see Sting fucking pin someone. And someone I don't know where I saw this, but like shout out to whoever said it. I don't want to take the credit. Someone said because Sting used to work New Japan, like as Surfer Sting should come out as Surfer Sting. And like nothing would pop me more than like 60-plus-year-old, like kind of chubby, but like still jumping from the rafters Sting coming out and like the Surfer Sting getup. Like that would be incredible with like the platinum blonde, like high top fade. Please, Lord, like please give that to us on Sunday.
Yeah, he'd get a pop, man.
But who do you got? Bullet Club or there's the dudes with attitudes?
Man.
Let's see what else we got here.
I'm gonna say Bullet Club.
Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also makes sense too to be like, yo, pop the American fans. The American fans want to see Bullet Club. You know, we're all Bullet Club marks. You know, I got like 5 Bullet Club shirts.
Yeah,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And then we got a United States Championship match: Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. Who do you see win? I don't see any world where Cassidy wins this.
No, I don't see them putting any championship on Orange Cassidy in a while, if ever.
Nah, man. There's people who genuinely want Orange Cassidy to win like the AEW World Title one day, and it's just like at the rate the company's moving now, I can never see it happening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, there's no world that Orange Cassidy ever gets passes up like a Kingston or like Bryan Danielson or like even a 2-time Hangman. Like that's not no.
Yeah, even Hangman. Like if it was like pre-COVID, maybe because like it wasn't as stacked
maybe
hard. Like now, I don't think it's a possibility.
Man, I miss pre-COVID AEW, man. Like Cody, like fucking brawling with Jericho through the crowds, like fighting in the Dippin' Dots, like that. Like what a time to be alive, man. Like fucking like Darby Allin skating to the ring for the first time. Like we all thought that was the coolest shit in the world. Like Private Party pinning Young Bucks in the first ever World Tag Team Championship tournament. Like, come on, bro. Like, what a time. Take me back. Anyways, we've got the All Atlantic Championship 4-way. Pac versus Miro versus Malachi versus Clark Connors. Who do you think is going to win out of those 4 guys, but really those 3 guys? Like, I feel like there's a case to be made for like each one of the AEW boys, but I really feel like Pac should be the one to win.
Yeah, I feel like
just because it's like he's been there since the beginning, man.
The beginning, bro. I remember they were still doing conferences before AEW even like got a TV deal, and Pac was there. Pac was there like from the jump. And honestly, it would make me so happy if Pac became champion. Like I love Miro, my boy Malachi Black. But I feel like he's kind of fresh. He still got time to become a champion. But like Pac, I don't know. I feel like this might be his time. And if they don't, I don't know if he'll ever get a championship, or at least anytime soon.
Yeah. It just feels like Pac deserves it, especially because it's like it's the All Atlantic Championship. You're trying to make it seem like it's basically like their Intercontinental. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to make it seem like it's got this level of prestige to it. Like a lot of the problems with Pac have come down to travel issues. You know what I mean? So giving him a title that like he could literally be over in Europe and like still be able to defend that title. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would be. I feel like that's perfect for him. You can make the case for Miro because what he did with the TNT title last year is like some of the best work in AEW period. You know, like, and we didn't even realize it at the time, but like, man, like take me back to last year at All Out whenever Eddie Kingston and Miro opened up that show. Man, what a time. And Malachi, I think there's a strong case for Malachi to be, you know, to win this as well. I feel like House of Black is one of those. Like Malachi is the type of guy who needs to be challenged rather than challenging. So like to give people like a reason to have to like knock on the House of Black's door, you know, so to speak, I feel like would be really cool. But I feel like that's really gonna come with the trios titles. Bro, I'm telling y'all, man, and he's not on this damn pay-per-view on Saturday, bro. Y'all need to introduce these trios titles. Fuck that shit with like the Red Dragon and the Elite. Like y'all need to put it on House of Black, man. Like literally just like throw Malachi, Brody, and Buddy out there every week and be like, yo, just put on a banger. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? We're almost done with the card though. We got FTR versus United Empire versus Roppongi Vice in a winner-take-all tag team championship match. I think it's pretty obvious who's going to be winning this one, man. Who do you got?
I want FTR.
Yeah, FTR. Like, I think I gotta say, man. Like to me, they might have done it. FTR might be my favorite tag team of all time. They're definitely the hottest tag team in the business. I think this is all leading to the third in the trilogy between FTR and the Young Bucks to see who's the greatest tag team in the world. And I think that like nothing to me would be more perfect than All Out having the IWGP World Tag Team Championship, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, and the AEW World Tag Team Championship on the line between both of those teams, man. Like what a visual it's going to be for like whoever gets to hold up like all three of those belts at the same time. Like, you know, FTR deserves it.
Like, it's not like the WWE title. These are all like really prestige titles. And it's funny, bro. Like I slept on FTR for a minute. Like I was like not feeling them, and then it wasn't until honestly I heard you talking about them. I was a big fan. I was like, man, let me go back and watch them. Let me actually like look at them.
So this man Aiden's tripping. He's talking about FTR, the ball dude. The dudes look around like they got diapers on. Man, what does he mean FTR?
Bags, bro. I was like, what do you mean? And then I went back and I was like, damn, man, these are hella good, bro. And I watched they went to what's the Latin wrestling promotion?
Which one?
The Latin one. It's
oh man,
it's famous. It's in Mexico. I forgot the name.
Oh, AAA.
But yeah, AAA. They went to AAA.
AAA.
And they were like, what would you call it? They were promoting or they were doing a promo. Funniest shit I've ever seen, bro. I was like, these dudes are geniuses, man. Like they were getting pissed in Mexico. Like their heel work. Oh my god, bro. I was like, yo, okay.
Yeah.
I see FTR. I see y'all.
Yeah, man. And I don't care how many times I say it. Like I earned that right being there, man. Like seeing FTR versus the Briscoes, I'm convinced I will never witness a greater wrestling match than that live. Like, and I genuinely think that that's the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen. Period. Like FTR, like are those fucking dudes, man. Like they I don't know what it is, but they have like they've found out that there's a science to tag team wrestling and they've perfected it. You know, like they know what they just know what to do, man. I don't know what it is. Like they're so convincing, man. Like FTR deserves everything that's coming for them, man. So I'm happy that they're in this position. Do I wish it was a different team than Roppongi Vice and, you know, Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan? Yeah, but it's like, you know, as long as they get the titles and we move towards that next part of the puzzle and, you know, and the belt collectors, man, like I'm here for it. But now we've got Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm. Do you think Toni Storm is going to defeat Thunder Rosa, or do you think that Thunder Rosa is going to pull it out and they're going to try to see if there's any more juice left in the tank?
I think they're gonna have Thunder Rosa retain. At least that's what I want. I think they'll do that just because Toni Storm is pretty fresh, and I don't want them to end her reign like this because it just hasn't been good. And it's not any of Thunder Rosa's fault at all. You know, she's doing the best she can, but like to end it like this.
My world title reign would look like shit too if they gave me Nyla Rose, man. Like, quit giving Nyla Rose as the first fucking challenger for every world title like winner, dude. Like it buries her. You know what I mean? Like Nyla Rose needs to not be a heel anymore, man. Like Nyla Rose is the funniest fucking person on Twitter, dude. Like I don't understand why Nyla Rose even has Vicky Guerrero. Like Nyla Rose should just be a babyface who just like has funny, sassy like remarks for everybody that she goes up against, because like she could totally do that. I think Toni Storm's gonna win, man. Like if I had to put money on it, but at the same time, like I want to support everything you said, man. Like Thunder Rosa to me, like I think she deserves a win, and I feel like if she were to beat Toni Storm, this would be one of like you really need to like give Thunder Rosa something to chew on, moving into All Out weekly. You know, like I want to see Thunder Rosa out there weekly, man. You know, because it's like when you've got your women's world title being eclipsed by what Jade is doing over there with the baddies, man, like it's tough. Like Jade, like, and I'm not even just talking about the women's titles in AEW, man. Jade feels like the number one in the whole company, bro. Like Jade feels like she's the star of the entire show, you know. So it's like it's tough, you know what I mean? But it's like, man, you got to at least try. You got to at least try to make it seem like your world title is more important, or damn, unify them, bro. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I know a lot of people were talking about like what Roman's doing over in, you know, with, you know, kind of holding the belts title, you know, kind of holding the belts hostage over in WWE. But I feel like if Jade were to have both belts in AEW, man, like that would add another notch to her. You know what I mean? And it would give whoever beats her like even more of a rub. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. But moving on to our final two matches, we got the interim AEW World Championship. We got Jon Moxley versus Tanahashi. Who do you think's gonna pull it out of this one, man?
I'm going with Mox. I think it's gonna be Mox. Wait, hold on. Who did CM Punk win the face? Did he win the face Tanahashi as well?
Yeah, Punk was gonna go up against Tanahashi.
Tanahashi? Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
And if you get the interim or inaugural, you go and face CM Punk for the actual, right? Or
yeah, pretty much. So basically, it's gonna be like whoever wins this is gonna be like the interim world champ. Ultimately, whenever Punk comes back, whoever the champ is gonna have to face Punk to see who's like the undisputed AEW world champ. Okay. Basically, High Fly, bro. I don't know, man. They tapped into High Fly Radio. Dog. They found out that we had two belts going on in our league right now. I think Tony's watching, bro. And if he is watching, bro, then you know what to do, bro. Call, bro. Put both belts on Jade Cargill. Need to call fucking Sasha Banks, dog. Come on, man. We're giving you all this advice, bro.
Tap in, bro. You already copping us this far. Like, take this tip, bro. Call Sasha Banks.
Bro, give us a retweet. Give us a retweet on that AEW account, man. Don't be afraid.
Don't be upset. Bro. Like, come get on High Fly.
It's constructive criticism. It's constructive. But anyways, I think Moxley's gonna win. I think Moxley's on a tear. Like, yeah, Moxley's on a tear right now. Like, he has never looked better since coming back from rehab. Like, so proud of him. Like, get that fucking Jon Moxley audiobook today. Because if you are not listening to the Jon Moxley audiobook of his life, like, bro, that's the 8 hours of Jon Moxley talking to you about what Jon Moxley thinks about. Come on, bro. Who wouldn't want that? But Jon Moxley, man, he deserves it. And then we got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. This is the one that I'm genuinely the most confused about because I don't know. Yeah. Jay White, who is the champ, who won it last week, versus Hangman, versus Kazuchika Okada, versus Adam Cole. I have no clue. If you were to put $10 on it, who do you say walks out of this? Who do you not want it to be? I think we all know who we don't want it to be. I don't think anyone wants to be Adam Cole, man. I don't think anyone but Adam Cole and Britt Baker want it to be Adam Cole, man.
That's it, bro.
I feel so bad for Adam Cole, dude. They put him in such a bad spot in AEW. Like, the feud with Orange Cassidy, I feel like killed him.
Hell yeah.
Because, like, why Adam Cole got pinned at the end of that feud and then went to go challenge for the world title. So it was like,
yeah,
you can't have a dude coming off a loss go into the world title scene. Like, you already discredit him as a challenger. So I feel like people just have been looking at Adam Cole this whole time in AEW like he's this big phony. You know, like the promise of Adam Cole hasn't delivered, which sucks because it's like we know Adam Cole is good, but it's like they're not putting him in a good position.
Yeah,
like he's like to me, Adam Cole's
getting like no structure.
Yeah,
you feel what?
We say all this, but he's getting pops in the arena. You know, like whenever Adam Cole comes out, the crowd goes fucking insane. So it's like,
yeah.
Why should Tony listen to like the 85 people upset on Twitter about the booking of Adam Cole? You know, I don't know. I feel like Jay White really should win. I feel like Jay White should pin Adam Cole. Yeah, I feel like Jay White should pin Adam Cole, and then we get like another because I feel like one of the only people invested in like the Bullet Club Civil War storyline, which feels like they've forgotten about as well. Like, I want Jay White to win, especially because like y'all remember Slammiversary last year whenever fucking like Kenny Omega and Jay White stare at each other while Kenny Omega was like Impact, AAA, and like AEW World Champion, and Jay White was just there like, yo, what's up? And then they never did anything. Like, can we go back to that, please? Because I really want to see. Like, we've only ever seen Jay White and Kenny Omega one time, and it was like way before Jay White became the Switchblade. So it's like, come on, man.
Man, I feel like
shout out to Jay White, who's on a tear though.
Hell yeah, yeah, man, I love Jay White.
Man, Jay White was one of the first stories that I ever came on and like talked about with you guys on here. We were talking about like the Royal Rumble, and I was like, Jay White's gonna come in, and Jay White's gonna win the Royal Rumble, because I was like, thought it was gonna be like Impact with AJ Styles. I thought AJ was, whenever AJ came over, but man, Jay White, shout out to Jay White, man. Like, he looked like a damn superstar this past week on Dynamite too, man. But yeah, man, who do you think is the final lock for who do you think is going to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship?
I think Jay White will win. I think hopefully, I'd be cool if he pinned Adam Cole and then walks out, and then we hear Kenny Omega's music. I don't want Kenny to like fight. I just want them to like stare at each other. Man. As he, like him pinning Adam Cole and then staring at freaking Kenny Omega at the end of the night, bro. I would.
This has to like. Okay, I'm looking at this now, and the way that you just described it makes so much sense to me, because it's like, what do all four of these men like? What is the thing that ties these four men together? It's fucking Kenny Omega.
Even Adam Page, you right? Oh my god!
It's Kenny Omega. Come on, bro. Kenny, is Kenny coming back, dog? I think Kenny's coming back, man.
I think he is. Man.
I'm getting goosebumps, bro. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, bro. Y'all know. Hold up, dog. Man, y'all got me messed up, bro. Y'all know how I'd be rocking with my man Kenny, dog. Like, that's my man's, bro. Like, if Kenny Omega comes back, I'm losing it. Worked ourselves into a shoot, guys.
We did, bro. Goddamn.
If it's not Cesaro, and if it's not Kenny Omega, throw the whole pay-per-view away, because I don't want it anymore, man. Yeah. I can't handle it.
Close that forbidden door. I'm good.
Yeah, close it down. But speaking of closing it down, last two topics, man. I'm going to ask you, if you got them, do you have a match that you've seen at all in the past month that you're like, yo, shout out to this match, everyone needs to go watch it? And do you have a wrestler of the past month that you're like, man, if you need some time to think, I'm going to go ahead and shout out mine. The match Man, that damn triple threat between Bianca, Asuka, and Becky at Hell in a Cell was incredible. But man, I don't think we'll ever witness anything like what Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins did at the beginning of this month at the Hell in a Cell. Yeah, man. That thing, like that solidified for me. Cody Rhodes is the wrestler of the year, bro. I don't think there's any wrestler out there in the world that's changing the industry the way that this man is. Like changing it on both sides, like changing it for AEW wrestlers and like the people over on that side of the scene, changing it for WWE wrestlers, changing the dynamic now to where like, man, you don't know where people are gonna go in wrestling, man. And like to be like this is the only dude who I've ever seen come into WWE in like the past 5 years who went on a three match winning streak, bro, on pay-per-view. When is the last time you saw someone win 3 times in a row on WWE pay-per-view who wasn't Roman Reigns? Like, damn, bro. Like, shout out to Cody Rhodes. Yeah, man. Just shout out to Cody Rhodes, man. That's my shit. I don't know, Jabril. What you got, man?
That's my match too, though. I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, man.
Not because it's like he wasn't good, but it's because I was trying to think. But like when he took off,
you forget.
When he took off his jacket, bro.
There's so much going on right now, man. You forget.
Oh man, that match was insane. Like seeing his arm like that and then continuing, I was like, ain't no way. I was like, this doesn't work. This has to be a work. It has to. But when he took it off, bro, I was like, nah, you can't fake that. That ain't makeup.
Bro, we were on here on the watch along. I'm over here like, oh no, that's makeup. Nah, bro, that's gotta be makeup. Like we're over here like legit. I was like, no, you can see he's got a little thing on his arm. Like it's a like I thought it was like where they put some like silicone or something and like blended it to like look fake. Cause like Seth was out there like pressing shit into his chest. And to find out that like, nah, like dude went out there and like wrestled and was like genuinely in pain the whole time. Like, man, Cody Rhodes, shout out to him. Like he'll be going down in immortality, man. It's like one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, bro. So shout out to him, man. But
afterwards, he was so emotional because like I know he knew like he made Dusty proud, man. Like Dusty would have his mind seeing Cody come out like that. And honestly, because of that match, like I got to give like wrestler to Seth Rollins because the fact that he trusted Seth that much with an injury like that says a lot about Seth. And I know in the past, bro, Seth wasn't like the safest wrestler, you know, but the fact that like he worked to this point where they could pull that off and like they both good, like of course you got to get, you know, fixed up, but like if they both came out like good and he trusted them that much, I got to give it to Seth on that. F his laugh, though.
Yeah, man. Seth Rollins, again, fuck that damn laugh, but the man's, you can't deny, like, he's a world-class performer. Like, Seth Rollins deserves, like, all types of credit, man. Honestly, I think Seth Rollins is going to be the guy to win the Money in the Bank. I feel like he should. I feel like we're literally moving towards the recreation of that WrestleMania moment. Like, we've got Brock and Roman already at SummerSlam, like, in the main event. Like, do not be surprised if Seth Rollins comes out there and they make it a damn triple threat. And Seth Rollins is that curb stomp and is the one to like dethrone Roman, so that way Roman can go chill for a couple months, man. Because I really don't think Roman's gonna be here for much longer, man. Like I think he's gonna get the match with Brock next year at Mania, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, yeah, he's set up perfect too, man. Like you said, like he was, you know, you could tell that he was proud of himself and. You know, he feel like he did it for Dusty, but you know he wants to win that world title. I feel like he'll probably be back at the Royal Rumble, so we'll see what's going on with all that. But guys, that's been High Flyer Radio, man. Like that's been it this week. Unless you had something that you wanted to add. What's up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think Cody's gonna change the title?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of want a new design, bro. You know. Because like there's no difference between like the WWE and like the universe. Like one's black and one's blue. You know what I mean? Like to me, I feel like if you really want to do this whole like undisputed thing, that you got to introduce like a new title. So like I don't know. That's just me. I also really want them to unify the women's titles and just make it a world title finally. Like what the fuck does like the champion of like Raw mean? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make Like, how does that elevate your women? You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to say, like, these are world-class
Right.
performers, and it's like, but she's the champion of Raw. You know, like,
Yeah.
how does being the champion of Raw versus being the champion of SmackDown differentiate? You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm the champion of Monday, you're the champion of Friday. Like, come on, bro. I don't really know how that works, man.
You get a day of the week. That's it. Yeah. It's
Yeah. They need to get the Usos, like, one pair of belts, because, like, walking around with the red and blue belts, man, I don't know, man. It's not a good look. I don't fuck with it.
yeah.
It ain't for me, bro. It ain't for me, man. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for High Flyer Radio this week. I'm really glad that you were able to come in, Jabril, and kind of step in while Raul's got, you know, all his movement going on and whatnot. You know, we appreciate it. You get him that match at Money in the Bank, man. So you know, it's I think it's worth it to be able to come in here and cover. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get up out of here. Jabril, do you want to go ahead and plug anything for yourself?
Just follow me on Instagram at Jabril_. Follow me on Twitter at Brillmonger. Hopefully, I'll have my website coming up soon. I'm just merch that I want to make, and I can help with that. Other news coming up soon. I'll let y'all know that later on. You'll probably see it if things happen by the end of July. I don't know. Are there any pay-per-views in July?
Yeah. Well, so we got oh man, let's see. So Money in the Bank will be next weekend, July 2nd.
Okay.
And then we have SummerSlam. So whoever you defeat, if you defeat them on Money in the Bank, they will go up against David B for Big Perp and SummerSlam July 30th. So July 2nd, Money in the Bank, July 30th, SummerSlam. And then this Sunday we have Forbidden Door. So I'll go ahead and plug up our shit. So this Sunday, like I said, Forbidden Door. It's gonna be. I think we're starting at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we'll be on the whole time. It's gonna be Brad versus Kylie for the interim High Fly Radio Championship. If Kylie doesn't show up, then Gio's gonna get the match at Money in the Bank. Gio, the head of corporate, he's not playing around. He's tired of the champions running around. Gio is on a mission to get these titles unified. We're trying to lock it down. I don't know what's going on. That's what he gets paid for. That's his shit to worry about. I'm worried about trying to get back up in there, get my goddamn redemption, son. So y'all are gonna see me on Money in the Bank. But that's gonna do it for me, man. Y'all can find all my shit in the description. You can find all the nerdcore stuff in the description. Only thing I want to say is leave a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like if you're watching, leave a comment, all that good stuff. But man, we haven't done this in a while. I've never been the one to pass it to you, man. But
yeah.
But don't tap out.
Tune in.